mostly stay down on the mat since we have new folks in the room. We're gonna mostly stay down on the mat and do some really good stretching. So Dr. Utash will tell you, when you have compression in the spine, what do you have? Yeah, you could have subluxation, but it equates to pain, right? You don't feel good, it's uncomfortable. So in yoga, we're always trying to stretch that spine out. So you'll hear me say, lift the fingers nice and high. So we're trying to create length in the spine. Dr. Utash gets your alignment correct, and then you spend some time doing yoga, stretching it out, and having some length in the spine. So we're gonna really focus on that. The term yoga means yoking or union. And it's a union of the mind and the body through the breath. One special for your insurance. So we're going to focus a lot on breathing, using our breath to stretch and release in the body. And that's it. So hey, let's go. Well, I guess we'll get started. So to get us started, I gave you a blanket that's kind of folded. And I'm going to encourage you to sit on it. Does anybody have trouble getting into crisscross legs? And you don't have to if you can't. If you just don't get there, it's okay. One of the reasons why I give you the blanket is it kind of helps to make this here in the front a little bit more comfortable with the legs and the knees. Kind of lifts the hips up just a little bit. It helps keep that nice natural curve that you have in your low back. All right. So we're just going to start by taking a couple of minutes here to just become present. So I'm going to encourage you. Yeah, you can put, thank you, perfect. So I'm going to encourage you, if it's comfortable for you, to just close down your eyes. Hands can just be resting in the lap, anywhere that's comfortable for you. Lift up on your lower rib cage just a little bit. Not a big effort here, just a little bit, and pull your tummy in. Allow your forehead to soften. Unfurl your brow. The area around your eyes. Just relax, be soft. Relax the cheeks, the jaw. arms. If you got that blanket under you, you can go ahead and pull that out. I did hand out blocks to each of you. As I mentioned, I will offer suggestions for modifications for poses, and I may refer to the block, so you might want to just keep it where it's handy in case you want to grab it. All right, and to get us started today, we're just going to start with some torso rolls. So you're just going to bring your hands into your knees, choose a direction, and then just start to roll the torso. Good. Take your time. Good. And each time you come around, maybe your circle gets a little more exaggerated, a little bigger. You're getting the shoulders, head going. Good. Take one more trip around and then change the direction of your circle. What I call a seated cat-cow type motion. So your hands are on your knees or in your lap somewhere. You're going to inhale, reach your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to round the back, straighten the arms, pull that belly button in nice and tight towards your spine and tuck your chin. And then inhale and reach the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Exhale and round. Good. Just working through a few of these with your breath and your pace. Good. As you're reaching forward, really pull those shoulders back. And as you're exhaling, pull that belly button back towards your spine, tucking the chin. Good. One more cycle through here. Beautiful. And coming back up to center. Bring your left hand down next to your hip and take your right arm up. Reaching those fingers nice and tall. Again, we're making lengthen the spine here. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're just going to hinge at the waist to the left. Good. Keep your chest nice and open. Your arm stays back by your ear. Good. Take a nice deep breath by your ear. Good, and then with a nice deep breath in, taking that left arm up. And then exhale and hinge over to the right. Good, then we're going to start a nice gentle flow side to side. Take your time, keeping the breath moving. Keep the arm back by your ear, chest nice and open. Reach with those fingers, really feeling the stretch through the ribs. Good. One more time on each side, and then come back to center. Very nice. Now we're just going to take our arms up. So bring your arms down to your sides. Sit up nice and tall. Keep your chest open, shoulders down. Take a nice big breath overhead. Good, and as you exhale, we're going to bend at the elbows and then bring those elbows back behind you. Open the chest up. Good. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, open that chest. One more time, up. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale the arms up. This time as we come down, we're going to twist towards the left. So your left hand is going to come down next to your hip, and your right hand is going to come to your knee. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, twisting to the left. Take a big breath while you're here. Good. We're going to inhale those arms back up overhead. Good, and this time we're going to open up to the right. So right hand comes down to the hip, left hand to the knee. Sit up tall. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale and twist to the right. One nice big breath. Take the arms overhead one more time. Good, and then exhaling them down to your sides. Beautiful. Let's bring the soles of your feet together. Good, and you can pull them in as tight as you'd like to. If they're way out here, it's totally fine. Bring them in as close as you like. You're gonna reach down and clasp those feet, keeping your chest nice and open and your shoulders down. How are we doing? You all look great. I hear the giggles over there. Taking a nice deep breath. Good, and as you exhale, we're just gonna lean forward with the chest a little bit, just as much as you can. Not a competition. Nice deep breaths. One more. Nice job. And then releasing down. All right, let's send the legs out nice and long. So you might want to scoot towards the back side of your mat just a little bit. We'll take the legs out nice and long. Pull your toes back towards your face. Here's where we see how tight everybody really is, right? Including me. So pull those toes back towards your face and lift up on your kneecaps. Your heels might even lift up off your mat just a little bit. Yeah, I see that. All right, so you're gonna sit up nice and tall. Keep the shoulders nice and open. Take a big breath overhead. Good, and as you exhale, folding forward. Right? And your hands might come right way up here. I'm totally good with that. Keep your toes pulled back, keeping the legs engaged. Maybe you walk the hands out a little more. Maybe you can reach for the toes. Wherever you are is fine. Taking nice deep breaths. One more big breath. Stay for the exhale. Good. And then inhale your way back up. All right. Let's send that right leg out and bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Good. So your hip is going to turn slightly towards that extended leg. Pull those toes back towards your face, lifting on that kneecap again. Good. Nice big breath up. Good. Exhale and hold. Good. And you probably got a little more reach this time. Maybe not. Just to where it's comfortable for you. One more nice big breath. Good. And then using that next inhale to walk your way back up. Very nice. Open up the lats. Bring in the right. Good. So again, that hip is turned slightly there towards that extended leg. Pull those toes back towards your face. Nice big breath up. Exhale and hold forward. Good. Next inhale, walking your way back up to center. Very nice. Good. All right, let's come around to our hands and knees. If anybody has knee issues, knee problems, that blanket I gave you, put that out across your mat, right where those knees go. Give yourself a little bit of cushion.
You should be sorry.
All right, so we call this, in yoga, we call this pose tabletop pose. And we're making ourselves a little tabletop here. And so in our tabletop, we want our shoulders to be over top of the wrists and the hip is over top of the knees. Knees are at hip width distance apart. Back stays nice and flat. Your neck is a natural extension of your spine, so your gaze is looking down at this point. So we're going to work through some cat-cow motion here. So inhale, and you're gonna let your belly drape. Your hips lift just a bit and your gaze as well. Good, and then you're gonna exhale, round the back. Pull your belly button up nice and tight towards that spine and tuck your chin. Very similar to the motion we did on the floor. So inhale, let your belly
belly drape. Really feel that stretch across your belly. Exhale. Good, and again, just working through a few of these with your breath. Start to add in some other more organic movement. Maybe you take your hips in a circle. And just pressing the hips back. Taking it forward. So we need synovial fluid in our joints. Keep our joints lubricated and healthy, free from pain. And to get synovial fluid, we gotta do what?
Motion is lotion.
Motion is lotion. Thank you. Change the direction of your circles if you're doing those hip circles. Good. Don't forget to keep your breath moving. Good. Another option here, peeking out over shoulders. Let the hips sway from side to side. Center, turn your hands around so they're facing towards your body instead of away from. This might be really intense for you if you have sensitive wrists and you might need to stay forward. Maybe you can shift your weight back a little bit and really stretch those shoulders. Tabletop, back is nice and straight. Good. So now we're going to come into thread the needle. If you're new to yoga, you won't know what this is. So you're going to keep your right hand planted on the floor nice and firmly. This left hand, you're going to sweep it under here, and with a big breath, you're going to take it up, and then with the exhale, you're going to thread it between your knee and your arm, and find your shoulder down here on the floor. All right, so coming back up, let's all do it together. Keeping that right hand planted nice and firmly. Left hand comes through between the knee and the arm. Big breath up. Exhale, thread that arm all the way through. Beautiful. Find that shoulder. Look at you guys. Awesome.
You stayed there.
Yeah, you're supposed to stay there.
Oh.
No, you're staying. You're staying. You're breathing. You're staying. I'm like, what are they doing? You're staying and breathing.
I'm trying to get obliques.
Now we have some options here. You might take that right arm and walk it forward just a little bit. Straightening it out. Notice that that changes the stretch in your shoulder just a bit. Maybe you tent your fingers. Notice how that changes that stretch. Nice big breath. Wherever you have that right arm, slide it back in underneath your right shoulder. And then pushing off with that hand, coming back up. We're going to send that left arm up one more time. And then exhale and set it down. Good. Reposition in your tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. But this time, we're grounding down on that left hand. We're going to sweep up the right. Right comes through. Big breath up. Exhale, thread it on through. Good. Finding that right shoulder. Pressing down the head. Same option with the arm here. So walk it forward. Maybe tent those fingers. Good. We're keeping both hips up nice and straight. Big breaths. that left arm, sliding that hand back underneath your shoulder, and then pushing up, stand that right arm up one more time. Exhale and gently set it down. Good. Let's come to child's pose. So with child's pose, you're gonna take your knees and you're gonna bring your knees out to the outer edges of your mat. Your feet stay together back behind you. And as you rest down, you might find that it's a little bit too much for your hips, and if it is, the trick is to just bring your knees in a little bit if it's a little too much for you, okay? So start out nice and wide, feet are together, sink the hips back onto the heels. Very nice. Arms are stretched out in front of you. Beautiful. Yep, perfect. Good. Maybe that forehead comes down to the mat in front of you. Child's pose is a resting pose. If at any point during the rest of the class you feel like you need a rest, this is a beautiful place to come. Highly recommend child's pose, particularly for big stress relief. If you're having a crisis, panic moment, really upset about something, maybe you're having trouble sleeping, this is a beautiful pose to come into. Take nice deep breaths through your nose, fill your belly with air. Exhale away. Coming to a place of protection, a place of security, your heart protected. Let your lungs relax. Maybe you take your forehead and you just kind of roll your head from side to side. Nice and slow. Give that neck a little bit of a stretch. The forehead to the mat, signaling to the brain. It's time to relax. Your hips might even start to sway side to side a little bit. Then bringing your forehead back to center in stillness. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands over towards the right. And you can reach over as far as you'd like. Maybe you challenge yourself a little. See how far you can go. Couple deep breaths. Send some air right into those left ribs. Next inhale, walk those hands back to center. And then with your exhale, walk them over to the left. Next inhale, walking the hands back to center. Lifting up your chest, bringing your forearms back a little closer to the body. Bring your knees in nice and close. Good, and if you have, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned, if you have any trouble getting your forehead all the way down to the floor, you could use a block or your blanket and bring your forehead to the floor. Good, now take your arms and bring them down to your side, with your palms facing up. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, just let those shoulders droop. Take a couple of breaths, just let those shoulders go. out underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in, rising up into your tabletop again. Okay, good, all right. So we got the shoulders over wrists, hips over top of the knees. Good, we're gonna inhale and take the right foot up. We're just taking it straight back. No need for height. Good, press back firmly into your heel. So your foot is tightly flexed, pressing into the heel. Engaging the leg, engage the glutes. Pull that belly up nice and tight. With your next inhale, we're gonna take up the left arm. Yes, a little balance. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale and reach out. Exhale and crunch. Keep that belly pulled in nice and tight. Exhale and crunch and hold this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and reach. Exhale and set it down. Good. Inhale, take the left foot up. Pressing back into that heel. Beautiful. Whole leg is engaged, glutes engaged. Pull the tummy up tight. Inhale, take up the right arm. Exhale and crunch elbow to knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale and crunch. Inhale and reach. Exhale, crunch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and reach. Exhale and set it down. Beautiful. Go in there one more time. Inhale, take that right foot up. Press back firmly into your heel. This time we're going to point and flex. Good. Do some ankle circles. Probably hear a little snapping and cracking and popping. Change the direction of your circle. Good. Back to pressing into that heel. Let's pulse that leg up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Set that one down. Inhale, take the left leg up. Good. Get that leg engaged. Point and flex. Find some ankle circles. Change the direction. Good. Back to pressing into that heel. Let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Stack that down. Good. Let's think back to our child pose for just a moment. So those knees coming out nice and wide. Taking the hips back to the heels. Couple deep breaths. Good. Next inhale, floating your way back up to a tabletop. Good. We're going to make our way on up to our feet. So curling your back toes, we're going to push our way up into downward facing dog. And I'm going to hop up real quick so those who have not seen it before know what it looks like. So we're pushing up. This is downward facing dog. So curl those back toes. And then you're going to push with those toes, lift up the knees, starting to straighten out the legs. Beautiful. Send the hips back. The further back you send those hips, the greater the stretch to the arms in the back. Good. You might start to walk your feet just a little bit. Alternating, walking the dog. Good. And then you might start to get a little exaggerated with that. Right? Motion's motion. Get those hips going. Back to center. Looking at the space that is between your hands, and you might tense your hands if you like. You're going to bend that right knee, step forward, hop, walk, or float up towards the top of the mat, and fold forward. Beautiful. As we're bent over here, we're going to heel toe those feet out to about hip width distance apart. Good. Take a nice generous bend in your knees and grab opposing elbows. So we're lowering that torso down towards the thighs. This is a ragdoll. Let that head hang nice and heavy. We're trying to keep the crown pointed down towards the floor. Good. And then you might take a nice gentle rock from side to side. Just stretching out that low back. Moving the hand a little. You get dizzy or you don't feel steady, you can put your hands back down to the mat. You're still getting the same nice stretch. Good. Bring yourself back to center, back to stillness. Shake your head yes and no. Gently. Good. Come back to center position. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lower the arms, straighten the legs, come back to a forward fold. Good. We're gonna roll up nice and slow. So let those hands just kind of glide across your legs, working your way up nice and slow. As you're starting to straighten up the waist, feel the vertebrae just stacking one at a time. Good. The neck and the head coming up last. Very nice.
All right, let's take a nice big sweeping breath up. And we'll exhale, forward fold.
We're gonna inhale and halfway lift. With halfway lift, the hands come up to the shins, back is nice and flat. Exhale and release. I forgot where I was at, sorry. Inhale and halfway lift again. Exhale and fold. Good, we're gonna take a big sweeping breath up this time.
Take the arms up overhead and then lower your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale them up overhead. And then you're gonna flip your palms and interlace your fingers. Good. Pull those arms back by your ears. Keep the chest nice and open. Nice big breath in. Exhale, and we're gonna fountain over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale and fountain to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale and forward fold.
Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna plant the hands down on the mat. You're gonna bend the knees and step back into a plank. High plank. Good, so with our plank, we've got the shoulders over top of the wrist. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. They provide you with lots and lots of support. No pushing the butt up here. And we don't want a big droop either. We got the back nice and flat, up nice and tall. Good, take a big breath in. And then push back up into downward dog. Your hands and your feet shouldn't move. Take a big breath in. Exhale and lower back down to that plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale and push up, down dog. Big breath in. Exhale and lower back down to plank. This time we're going to take it down, so take a big breath in. If you have a solid push-up, pull those elbows in nice and tight and come all the way down. Otherwise, bring those knees down to the mat. I cannot. My shoulder's a mess. All right, so you're going to get all the way down here and we're going to stay. All right. So next, we're going to take those arms all the way out to a T and bring your forehead down to the mat. We're going to do some work on these shoulders. All right, so we got those arms all the way out to a T. Take your left hand, slide your left hand up underneath your left shoulder. You're going to keep your right arm fully extended, and then you're just going to gently push your way over onto your right hip. Keeping that right arm extended. Yeah. Beautiful, right? Rest your head down.
Sorry, whoever I
Good.
Now, if it's really too much for you, you can pull your, you can bring your, walk your arm down a little closer to your body. That will change the severity. If you need more stretch, you can take your left leg, bring it back behind you. Nice, big, slow
much time sniffing computers, on our personal devices, letting the bro lead in the car while we drive, stressing. We all carry our stress around in our neck and our shoulders. So we're actually getting a nice stretch in the pack, in that right pack in the front. And just breaking up all that junk up under the cloud. One more nice big full breath. Stay to the exhale. Good, and then taking your time, nice and slow. You're gonna make your way back over onto your belly. Ah, sweet relief, right? Take a little bit of movement with that arm if you need to. And let that shoulder go. Very nice. Alrighty. Coming back to those arms out to a T. Moving over to the other side. So this time that right hand comes up underneath your right shoulder. And then pushing over onto that left hand. Full and complete breath. One more full breath. Very good. Gently starting to make your way back over onto your belly. Beautiful. Take a little movement with that arm if you need it. I hear lots of happy groans. It feels really good.
It hurts so good.
All right, yeah, it hurts so good, right? All right, let's take those arms up overhead this time. Good. We're gonna set up for a half locust here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one leg and the opposite arm up. So we gently raise the chest up and the head with a deep inhale. So coming back down, bring your forehead down to the mat. Take one full breath here. And that next inhale, let's take up the left arm and the right leg. Take a big breath in. Exhale and relax. Take one full breath. Moving to the other side, right arm, left leg. Inhale up. Big breath in. Exhale and release. Good. You know where we're going. This time all four coming up. Inhale, taking them up. Maybe you can swim a little bit while you're here. Big breath in. Exhale and release.
My hands crazy.
I am, my foot.
We did this all the time.
Bend at the knees. And then just gently windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Just a little reset here. Alright. Sending those legs out long again. And we're gonna make our way over to our back. So you can just roll yourself right over if you'd like. I'm gonna push up everybody doing? Good?
Hungry.
All right. Take your arms up overhead, let your legs go long, nice big full body stretch, stretch it out. Take a couple breaths. Good. Pull those knees in towards your chest. Good. Maybe just take your arms and wrap them around those knees. Just pause for a moment. Take a breath. Good. And then releasing the knees. Bring your hands onto your knees. Your toes will kind of stay together. We're just going to circle the knees in opposite directions. You guys are going to have the juiciest hips in town when you
Or the
juiciest.
Oh.
Good. Change the direction of your circle.
Is it?
The other direction seems to be a square.
Good. Bring the knees back into the chest. Send your arms out, saguaro cactus, off to your sides. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to let those legs drop over towards the right. No right or wrong way. We're just getting the body into a twist. If your neck tolerates the stretch, maybe you send your gaze to the left. And a nice full twist here. These twists are so good for our internal systems, keeping our digestion, immune system, elimination, just keeping everything massaged. I can't talk about the spine because I'm in Dr. Utash's office and I'll say something wrong. Big breaths. With your next inhale, bring those legs back up to center. And then as you exhale, let them drop to the left. And this time sending your gaze to the right.
Got it.
One more big breath. Good. Inhale those legs back up to center. Good. And then you're going to keep a hold of your right leg and let your left one go out long. Take your left hand on the outside of your right knee, and your right hand's just going to come down along your side to support you. And all we're going to do is just draw that leg across the body. Good. And it's okay if that left leg wants to roll, it's fine. You want to keep that right shoulder down as close to the mat as we possibly can. So we're getting this nice internal rotation on the hip, little subtle twist. Big deep breaths. One more. Good. Inhale that leg back up to center. And then as you exhale, pull your left one in and send the right one out. Beautiful. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand just off to your side. Draw that leg across the body.
How down does the shoulder need to be?
As down as you can get it.
Yeah. It's kind of good. I should touch the front.
Well,
I'd
that's
actually
not
rather,
happening.
I'd actually rather your knee was up a little higher and your shoulder is down.
Well, then that's as far as I go.
Good. Inhale that leg back up to center. Pull those knees into your chest. Good. And then the hands on the knees, and let those knees open up nice and wide, and send your feet up towards the ceiling. All right. Now, you might have your hands down here behind your knees and just pull them down towards your armpits from here. Maybe you can reach up and grab the outsides of your feet. Maybe you use your peace fingers and grab your big toes. That's the one I prefer.
Brady, you got you.
All right, and what we're working on here in stillness, pushing that sacrum down towards the mat while you're pulling those knees in towards the armpits.
What's my sacrum?
Your tailbone. That's funny.
I was just gonna ask the same thing. What's my sacrum?
Your tailbone. Good, nice deep breaths.
Oh. This one hurts my low back.
Well, let's fix that. Take a little rock from side to side. Massage that back. They don't call this happy baby for nothing.
Oh yeah, that's a little reminds me. I knew it.
Happy baby.
Unhappy 40-year-old.
Unhappy not baby.
Oh, you guys are funny.
Oh.
Alright, and then coming back to center, bring your knees to your chest. Good. And then set your feet down out in front of you with your knees bent. You guys, moaning and groaning. Alrighty, let's work on the hips a little bit more here. So let's take that right ankle up onto the left knee. And then you're gonna use your right hand and just push your thigh away. So we're just opening up the front side of the hip. Couple deep breaths.
Yep. This one's so
Good. And then using both hands, you're gonna reach through and either back behind your knee or at the front of your shin. Good. And then I want you to flex both feet because it's gonna intensify the stretch for you.
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Take a nice deep breath in.
Yeah.
As you exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest.
I don't move that way.
You just do it.
Oh, wait.
Couple deep breaths. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, you can release all of that down. Walk your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. And then just let your knees fall in together for a moment. Take a breath. Walk your feet back to center. Setting up to the other side, left ankle comes up onto the right knee, left hand pushing away your thigh. Couple of breaths. Good. And then again, reaching through either behind your knee or at the front of your shin. Flex both feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and pull your knee in towards your chest.
What?
One more nice big breath. And with the exhale, relaxing it down. Good. Again, walking the feet out to the outer edges of your mat. And let the knees fall in together. Beautiful. Let those legs go nice and long. Take your arms up overhead. Get in a nice stretch. Good. And then we're gonna reach with those hands. Really reaching. Make as much length as you can possibly get into that spine. Point the toes, making lots of length. And then inhale while you're nice and long, and gently walk your hands and your feet over towards the right. So taking on a little bit of a banana shape. You might take your left ankle, cross it over the right one. Maybe you shimmy your right shoulder just a little bit, coming into a nice banana shape.
That's a hip cramp.
Nice big deep breaths. Good. Bringing lots of air down that left side. Feel that stretch from your armpit down to your ankle. Good. With your next inhale, gently walk your hands and your feet back to center. And then pause for just a moment. Take a breath. Good. And then reaching nice and long again. Reaching with those fingers. Point those toes, making lots and lots of length. And then inhale and gently walk the hands and the feet over to the left. Maybe your right ankle crossing over the left. Good. With your next inhale, gently walking your hands and your feet back to center. Pause and take a breath. And then you stay right where you are, letting those legs stay long. Bring your arms down to your sides. Palms facing up. A little bit of a meditation here for a few minutes. Hopefully send you home nice and ready to rest. So we keep those palms facing up to keep the shoulders nice and open, just like we do on the vibe. Once again, inviting your forehead to relax. Let your cheeks be soft. Relax the jaw.
Yogis, thank you so much.
Thank you, Patty.